hyperspace. Location unknown.
Everyone okay?
I'm fine, sir.
Did we get it?
Jump point is charted, sir.
Good. Comms, we got any contact?
No, sir. Scope is clear.
Keep looking. Scarlet, take us on the tour.
With pleasure.
She's all yours, Doctor.
We've got a protoplanet, no atmosphere. Unknown planet 2. There's an atmosphere.
Doctor.
It could sustain life.
Herzlich willkommen. I need this piece of paper, as German grammar is very difficult. Zunächst möchte ich alle jenen danken, die online oder auch hier heute Abend abgestimmt haben. Thank you everybody for coming and thank you to everybody who's online. Wir sind auch dieses Jahr wieder ausverkauft und wir schätzen eure Unterstützung sehr. Wir hatten auch eine tolle Zeit hier in Köln und ihr seid alle so freundlich. That's you're all so friendly if you don't understand German. Chris war in den vergangenen 3 Tagen mit Pressekonferenzen und Interviews beschäftigt. In diesem Sinne, vielen Dank an die Presse, die hoffentlich hervorragende Bewertungen schreiben wird. That's we're saying we hope the press write glowing reviews as the embargo will just be lifted. Vielen Dank auch an unsere Sponsoren heute Abend, AMD, Razer, Saitek und Thrustmaster, die uns mit den Demo-PCs helfen, die für euch heute Abend zur Verfügung stehen. That is, thank you to our sponsors and for helping us with our demo PCs tonight and for you to all try out after the demo. Ebenso vielen Dank an unsere 17 Freiwilligen, die von Christoph Pielen und David Brennan organisiert wurden. Und natürlich besonders großen Dank an alle unsere Teams, die bei SAS Citizen auf der ganzen Welt hart gearbeitet haben. So thank you to all of our Star Citizen team who've been working hard all over the world. Falls ihr es nicht bereits wisst, wir sind auf der Messe beim AMD-Stand zu finden. We're at the AMD-Stand. Kommt morgen oder Sonntag vorbei, wenn ihr Zeit habt. Come tomorrow or Sunday if you can. And the last part I'll just say once in German, otherwise Chris might not understand. Und nun freuen wir uns sehr, euch zu zeigen, woran wir so hart gearbeitet haben und die Person vorzustellen, auf die ihr schon alle gewartet habt. Chris Roberts.
Hey guys! Okay, it's awesome to see so many people come to the event tonight. Last year we had an amazing Gamescom. There was about 1,000 people, and it was completely an overwhelming experience. This is even bigger, so I think it's a little more overwhelming. Apologize for the slightly late start, but we have a pretty complicated show with a lot of stuff to show you. So as true to form, we weren't exactly on time. So we thought it'd be fun to open with the Constellation commercial, which we just debuted now and is going live. It's the last of the commercials for the 5 starting ships that we started the crowdfunding campaign with. And that was the Aquila variant, which is the exploration variant. So I thought I'd give you a little walkthrough of the different variants, and then we'll get on to some other cool stuff. So let's see if... Okay, so we are leaving the hangar, which last year we were in the hangar, but now we're in space a little bit in Arena Commander. So this is the 2945 model lineup of the constellations. So the first variant is the Constellation Taurus, which is actually a little less expensive than the Andromeda, which is the base model that everyone knows and quite a few of you guys have. It has the most cargo of all the ships in the Constellation line. I think it has almost twice as much cargo space as the Andromeda. So it loses a little bit of its sort of offensive power to have the extra cargo room, but it's a good ship, I think, for trading. There's a little breakdown of it. You can see the larger kind of cargo hold. And, you know, we've refactored, actually, the Constellation, and this is true for all of them, based on your guys' feedback, actually. So there was a fair amount of feedback from the community about, like, how the living section should all be sort of together so you could, you know, fly and sleep and escape. So that's kind of refactored in the front. And then in the back, we actually have an engine room, which sort of in multiplayer ship gameplay, you'll perhaps have to fix and do stuff. So the next one is the Andromeda, which I think you all know and love. It's the base kind of constellation that a lot of people have in their hangars. It's well armored, all the rest of the stuff. It's your home away from the hangar. And of course, then you can see the sort of refactoring of the front where there's more room for the living quarters and the head instead of being in the back where we put the engine room. So, and there's definitely more cargo room in all the constellations now. The Aquila was the one that we just had in the commercial. And if I go over here. So it has extra equipment for exploring. So it has both a long-range scanner setup that will allow you to sort of scan for minerals and stuff around in the star system. Plus it also has some jump antenna and stuff for charting jump points. And it has the rover for planetary exploration, which we're going to do a little bit in PVA. And so that's kind of the setup. And by the way, we've done something for the Constellation lineup. We have a separate brochure for each one of them to sort of go into the details, and that will all be on the website right now, which is pretty fun. And then there you are, the Phoenix, which is the top of the Constellation line now, and it's quite different than the rest of our ships because it's basically a, you know, this is, if you want to pimp out in a super yacht, this is kind of the ship to be flying. So best-in-class luxury craft for the discerning spacefarer, RSI quality for the luxury market, ideal for organization leaders. Includes a Merlin and a custom rover, which I believe we're calling the Lynx. It features a hot tub, media lounge, leather interiors, and more. And as you can see, it has a fair amount of wood accents and a bunch of other stuff. So I think we're going to show a video so you can sort of see it all a bit now. Are we good to play on the video? Let's go. So that's the Constellation lineup. I think it is on our website as of now. And to sort of commemorate it, we have these 10-inch die-cast Constellation models, and we're going to give one away here. We're going to raffle it. They're really beautiful. They're like incredibly high quality sort of die-cast, and there's lots of movable pieces and everything. And I'll sign the stand, and someone will get one, lucky person. All right. Here we go. All right. Keep this coupon. Wait a minute. Hang on a sec. Just kidding. Okay, number 778276. All right, I'll read it one more time. 778276. All right, do we have it? What do we do? Do we? What's that? Okay. All right. We'll do one until we get to one, and then if these show up, I'll give them one. Okay, and we'll give an extra one for us. All right. So next one is 777. 4, 5. All right, who's left in the running? 8. So no, we don't have anyone with 777458. What's that? All right. Wow. Have we got a winner? All right. Well, you can bring them up. You go back. You can go backstage. You want to go in the backstage here? There you go. All right.
I'll keep the other one if they do show up.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You want me just to? No, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna sign the. Hold that for a second. All right, here we go. Oops, I don't break it. All righty. All right, what's your name? Christian. All right, well, congratulations. Yeah, hold it. That's the medal there. You got it?
I'm so excited.
No, that's great. They're great. They're awesome models. All right. Thank you, Christian. All right, so that's the Constellation lineup. Available today, as I said. So the next stage is where is your Constellation or whatever ship you have going to go in whichever hangar. So it's kind of apropos. Last year we introduced the hangars, so I'm going to do a little refresher of what they look like, and then we're going to talk about something we're going to do for everybody in Arena Commander V0.9, which is going to come out in 2 weeks' time. So let's take a look and see where we were with the hangars last year, which a lot of you guys I think were already here when we did it for the very first time, giving a piece of the little baby Star Citizen to everybody, and then we can sort of reflect on where we're going. So let's run the old hangar video. So. Okay, so that was last year. Admittedly, those screen captures weren't that good, so they probably looked a little better than that. But so this year, I mean, as you all know, that we launched Arena Commander V0.8 in the beginning of June, and as part of that, we moved to PBR. So of the existing hangars, we did a very quick pass to make sure the hangars didn't look bad in PBR. But the plan has always been to completely refactor them, because we're moving away from a very sort of custom-sized hangar, which is what we used to have, to a much more modular system. So we have this thing that we call the room system that is a sort of foundation of a lot of the building that we're going to do on the planet side module, and it'll allow you to sort of build up, our designers to build up locations. So the rooms would be things like shops or bars, and the hangars themselves are sort of the first iteration of that in the game. And so for Arena Commander V0.9, when we release it, we're going to release completely new hangars for everyone. And so we're going to show what the new hangars all look like here. They've all been redone with PBR, a lot more detail. So one of the things that we've sort of decided to switch to is to actually not be so mapped to, okay, discount, deluxe, business. It's more sort of in fiction. So we have various manufacturers, if you follow sort of some of the in-fiction stuff that we write up or you see in Jump Point. But, you know, the major manufacturers, Southland, Revel and York, AeroView, and VFG Industrial. And there are sort of 4 basic manufacturers of the hangars. And they have different styles. And every single hangar now will be able to sort of expand in size and take all the ships you have. So it's more a matter of aesthetic choice. Do you like that sort of rugged industrial look, which is Southland, or do you like something that is kind of more sort of sleek and clean, which would be Revel and York, and sort of, or do you want something like AeroView, which is sort of a kind of classic Star Wars sci-fi view. So we're going to give you a preview of the 4 hangar types right now, I think. So we're good to go. Let's show that. technical issue. Back here. There's an asteroid hangar. Sorry, we cut out just before the final hangar, which is the asteroid hangar. But no, we'll show it right now. Yeah, it's fine. You got it? Okay. But back on the full screen. There you go. So all those hangars will be available to everyone as soon as V0.9 is released, which we're estimating is in 2 weeks' time. August 27th, pending one little thing that I will talk about. So the new hangars are fully expandable. They can be customized out. So there's functionality that will be built on. And by the way, one thing I should say is that all those hangars were built by the PlanetSide team at Behavior, who are doing an amazing job on PBR and building. I mean, there's a whole nother level of like detail and lighting and texture in the hangars, so really making it sort of feel more like your home away from reality, I would say. So part of the reason why it's in the ship system is will allow you to sort of, first of all, it will scope out for the different ships you have, but also you'll be able to add on rooms like a firing range where you can test your guns out and tweak them, or living quarters, or a sort of engine tuning room and stuff like that. So those will be all sort of things that down the road we'll be adding on, and they're quite easy to do with the room system. And obviously you can start to play your Arena Commander, and also it will be the gateway to the planet side when you go through one of the outside doors and step out into one of the environments. And yeah, it's our first step in connecting you to the wider citizen universe. So a couple of things as far as the hangars work, to let you guys know. All the hangars support the ships that I mentioned already. So what we're going to do is we're going to map everyone that's got a hangar right now to sort of the default. So if you've got a discount, then you would be at Selfland. If you're at a business, you're at the AeroView, or if you're at Deluxe, you would be able to go to the Revel in York. But you'll be able to choose which hangar you want, because all the hangars support everything. So you'll be able to say, no, I don't want the AeroView, I want the Selfland, or I want whatever, the Revel in York. And from there, we'll sort of lock it. One of the ideas is the hangars themselves will sort of determine your location in the universe. So, for instance, if you want to be on sort of like you've got a base and you're sort of out on the outskirts and it's sort of an early mining colony, well, probably you wouldn't have a really fancy hangar like the Revel in York one. That would be something you would see on Terra. So you would probably only be able to have a Selfland hangar out in those areas. So it's meant to be much more in fiction. So the hangars you are sort of being based on the sort of starting areas and planets you do, and we'll sort of develop that as we go. But I think it'll be much better for creating sort of the in fiction feeling, and of course, because all the hangars are enable you to have as many ships and expand in each way, it's more a aesthetic choice than it is necessarily like a feature set choice. Okay, so that's what we're doing on the hangars. I thought we would now we've got a contest that we did, which was a play seat in Saitek, and we're going to have two contests. Where the first one was chosen from an M50 skin contest, and we'll choose a second one tonight. So do you want me to choose a second one now, or should we announce? We'll announce who won the skin contest. All right, we're going to do, so the skin contest, the two runners-up were Raphael H. and Moksha, I think. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. And the winner is Inka Talmir. I don't know if Inka Talmir is here, but if you are, you've won the Saitek setup with the play seat. And now we'll figure out who the second one is. All right. Okay, dig down at the bottom. Here we go. All right, number 777498. What do we have? Do you have someone that said yes? 777498. Do we have someone? Ah, well done. Congratulations. Yeah, we have a Saitek, but not the play seat. It's probably a little large to walk away with tonight, so that'll be organized separately. But we do have the Saitek X55, right? Yep, perfect. Oh, yes. Well, here we go. Here we go. It's for you, Travis. Come up. All right. What's your name?
Hendrik.
Heinrich?
Hendrik.
Hendrik.
Yes.
Very nice to meet you, Hendrik. So we're not giving you the play seat right yet because that'll be a bit big, but there's at least a rhino.
I was watching at them to which one to buy, but
Now you know. It's pretty good. We use. I mean, we got the X55s here, so. Okay, so I was sort of talking about V0.9, so we've been hard at work on V0.9. It has a whole bunch of improvements to what you guys have been playing. We're aiming to release it in 2 weeks' time, 27th of August. So it has the revamped hangars that we just showed you. We have additions to the flight model, so I don't know whether necessarily you call it new improved, but on the release, what we call release 13, which is V0.9, there will be 6 degrees of freedom for you guys, so I know that's something that quite a few people want. So proper additive mode. So basically the way it will work is when you go into decoupled, you'll be able to do proper additive 6 degrees of freedom and rotation to all the axes. And when you're not decoupled and you're flying around IFCS, you will also be able to strafe. So you'll be able to go left, right, up, and down as you're flying around. So I think that will add some more nuance to what everyone can do. I mean, I'm already pretty impressed by, I watch videos and you sort of see people like learn how to use the momentum and the tricks, and it's actually quite cool. The other thing that we're doing with it is we increased the speeds of all the ships with the new model. So basically they've all gone essentially double. So something was doing 100, go to 200. Now, just to let you guys know, when you go twice as fast and you've got the same kind of maneuvering thrusters and power, you will slide more at the very top speed. So the analogy I would go is if you've got a car and I don't know, you've got a Porsche or something and it can do 150 miles an hour, you may go 150 on the straight, but if you want to turn tightly, you probably don't want to be doing 150 and expect to stay on the road. So I just don't want to see too many things on the forums going, oh, it doesn't control well at 200 or 300. But we are doing one thing. So the other thing we're adding, which I think is going to be kind of cool, is we sort of adding an overdrive mode for your maneuvering jets, which is essentially very much similar as doing afterburner, but instead of for the main engine, it's for the maneuvering jets. So it will burn fuel, but for a period of time, it will overpower your maneuvering thrusters. So what will happen is if you're going fast and you want to really sort of punch through a turn, you may want to boost through the turn. And of course, the downside is it'll use fuel, and if you do it too much, you may overheat your thrusters. But the upside is for a brief period of time, you will get more thrust. And of course, that will help you at, say, the higher speeds and everything. So again, it adds, I think, another texture dimension to the possibility of flying in combat. So hopefully you guys will like that. There's been a lot of work on audio. The audio when we released V0.8 wasn't very good. I'll admit that. I was quite unhappy with how it was. V0.9 is much better, and it will be getting better over time because we're actually going to switch audio engines from FMOD to WIs, which is later down the road, and that allows some more real-time mixing and some other features we want to do. But the V0.9 audio is much. Use this code, join me on this server, and your friends will be able to join you. So it's the beginning of the lobby system, which will be good. I think you guys will like that. Because as much as I know you like to meet random strangers, it's probably fun to play with your friends. When we go to Arena Commando 1.0, which we're, I guess, aiming for maybe 6 weeks or 8 weeks after 0.9, that will have the full lobby system supporting organizations, friends lists, and everything else. So one other thing that we're doing for V0.9 is the first iteration of leaderboards. So the servers will report back the status, the outcome of the matches, and so you'll be able to see how you rate next to everybody. This is the one feature that we definitely want to ship with V0.9, so this is the one thing that potentially could push V0.9 back a few days, getting this in there, but this is, I think, a big thing so everyone can sort of, I don't know, see how they stand and play and do all the rest of the stuff. The leaderboards. And now, the other thing we've got is 2 new game modes. So we got Vandal Swarm co-op, so good job. We've got the friend codes for V0.9, so you can have your friends play co-op. I think we're going to have the Vandal Swarm co-op playing on the machines here after this presentation, so you guys can get a taste of it. But it's actually a lot of fun to play in the co-op mode with your friends, because first of all, it's a lot tougher. There's a lot more, Vandal, and we've sort of worked on the AI some. And it's just kind of cool. It's also, we got a good cinematic camera mode that if you don't want to respawn, you can sort of watch your friends as they fly, and it's actually really kind of cool. So I'm thinking some people will do some cool videos with that. So that's one, and then the other game mode that we have is something pretty fun and special, and we're going to do a demo for it. But I think I will play a little video, and then I'll talk about it. So let's do that.
We're back, and we're racing in New Horizons. I'm Trevor Bask for GSN Murray Cup coverage. Couldn't argue for better conditions to race in, I suppose. Some of the pilots have chosen to hang back and avoid the whole struggling. Now it's a race!
Checkpoint.
Many pilots have switched to drinking water to the racetrack.
How long was it down for? Okay, we'll record the stream for the. Okay. All right, so that's the preview of the race mode, which is kind of fun. Different. It's quite different because it's all about the piloting skill. As you can see, Travis here is our reigning champion. Him and Dan have a good competition going, but Travis has got it down. So. Okay, let's go back on the full screen. All right, so that's all going to drop, like I said, in about 2 weeks, hopefully, depending on the leaderboards. And you guys will have a lot of fun because you'll have the new hangars, the 2 new game modes. The M50 and the 350R will both be flight ready for then, so you'll be able to fly them. In case you noticed, we were all flying the M50 in that race, which is rather fast. We were going between 200 and 300, so you know that's pretty much close to the speed of sound around that course. So that's kind of fun. So hopefully you guys like that. And then, of course, we have something else that we're going to show you, which is not going to be in V0.9, but it is something that long-term I think everybody is going to be hopefully pretty excited by. It's one of the things that I want to do the most in the game, which is the multi-crew sort of ship combat. So we're going to do a little demo. It's part of what we're working on. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to happen in multi-crew combat because it's pretty complicated because you're in a ship, moving around a ship while it's flying around in space. So it's like 2 levels of physics simulation, a whole bunch of other stuff. But we're going to show you the sort of prototype of that happening in, what are we showing this? Well, not just yet. We're setting up, right? Yeah, we're loading up. So we're going to show you we're going to show you a demo. 4 of us are all going to, actually there'll be 3 people operating in the ship and 1 person will be operating a cinematic camera. I think it'll be fun. We're not going to switch this yet. Let's get all the server stuff up. Eric, can you go to, you're right, you should be on you, right? Who are we on? On Travis? Okay. What's that? Trav, you gotta press the, what? Trav, so you not pressing it? Oh, go on. What? Yeah, this is all in the engine, by the way, running live. you want it? Space? Space what? Press what? What does he need to press? Sorry, we had to work flawlessly in practice. Okay, we're going to restart. Okay, we're going to do it again. Restart. Yeah, don't. Okay. Okay, we're going to start again. We ran it like 4 times before we did this, and it worked fine every single time. And now, I didn't say. All right, we'll start up the server again, and we'll start the prototype again. Murphy's Law. All right. So, okay, we switch back. Do we switch the feedback now? Eric, switch. Yeah. Might as well. Okay. Go. Eric, go. Switch. I don't know if you should go to the end, but... all right, so that's the end of our presentation. I'd like to thank basically the team that... there's a bunch of our team members here that have worked really hard to put together a lot of this. Now, both here and in our various studios, so in Manchester in the UK, Austin, Texas, Santa Monica in Los Angeles, also the Behavior folks and the Alphonic folks who are doing our FPS, which are in Montreal and Denver, Colorado, and everyone's worked really hard to do that. So hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. I think it's pretty cool. What's that? Okay. Well, all right, so the other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to thank our volunteers. So we have a bunch of volunteers that have helped out put all this together. So I don't know where you guys are. You may want to put your hands up. But thank you to the crew here that all volunteered. You did a fantastic job. And to the left are the posters, right? So we have, what's that? We're all going to sign, huh? Every poster. I don't think so. But I'll try my best to sign as many. But yes, we have, like last year, we have posters for everyone. So we have posters for the Constellation lineup and also Murray Cup Racing. So that's for everyone here. And that's it. And they're through this door, apparently, is where the posters are. So anyway, I'd like to end just saying thank you all for supporting, having this game made. We're having a huge amount of fun making it. Hopefully you guys are having a lot of fun watching us make it and involved and giving us feedback in how we make it. We wouldn't be able to build something of this ambition and scope without all your support, both everyone here and everyone out there on the internet. So thank you, everybody, and I don't know, let's have some drinks and fun.